ශ්‍රී ලංකා ඇලුමිනියම් කර්මාන්තකරුවන්ගේ සංගමේ අධ්‍යක්ෂක ලලිත් කුමාරගේ ඇලුමිනියම් පැද්දුම් කර්මාන්තය ගොඩනැගිලි ශේෂ්ත්‍රයට ඉතාම අනවරතේම අවශ්‍ය කරන දෙයක් දැන් වර්තමානයේ හැටියට. එතකොට අපි මෙතෙන්දී ඇලුමිනියම් කර්මාන්තය සහ ඇලුමිනියම් නිෂ්පාදකයෝ කියන ආයතන වර්ග දෙකම මේ වෙනුවෙන් සම්බන්ධ වෙනවා. ලංකාවේ ඇලුමිනියම් නිෂ්පාදක ඇලුමිනියම් extrusions නිෂ්පාදනය කරන ආයතන ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් දැන්ට 5ක් තියෙනවා. එතනින් ඔබට ගියාම ඇලුමිනියම් ශේෂ්ත්‍රයේ ව්‍යවසායකයෝ 2000ක් විතර වැඩි දෙනෙක් සුළු හා මධ්‍යම පරිමාණ කර්මාන්තකරුවෝ ඇලුමිනියම් දොර ජනෙල් ඒ උපාංග සවිකිරීමේ නිර්මාණය කිරීමේ කර්තව්‍ය ශේෂ්ත්‍රය එනවා. මේ සමග 20000ක විතර කාර්ය මණ්ඩලයක් සේවයේ නියුතු වෙනවා. මීට අමතරව පරිබාහිරව සපයන සේවා සපයන විශාල ප්‍රමාණයකුත් මේ ශේෂ්ත්‍රයේ ඉන්නවා. ගොඩනැගිල්ලක් ගත්තම ගොඩනැගිල්ලක මහා පරිමාණ ගොඩනැගිල්ලක ඉදිකිරීම වලදී අවම වශයෙන් ඒ ප්‍රමාණ සමීක්ෂණයේ 10%කට වඩා වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් යෙදෙන්නේ ඇලුමිනියම් වෙනුවෙන්.
Dilshan Ferdinando. I am also director of the Aluminium Fabricators Association of Sri Lanka. Our industry is dying. That's our message. Our industry is dying. Our industry is dying because there are lapses in policy decisions that is killing the industry. As he mentioned, we have over 30,000 people employed in the industry. And in addition to that, the fabrication industry by itself is taught in vocational training institutes to young people, telling them there is a job opportunity. But where can there be a job opportunity if what they are trained to do is imported or allowed to be imported duty-free to projects? How can they grow? Where will they have an opportunity? So this is the message that we would like the press, and I really thank every one of you. We would like you to take this message across because there's a big mistake. And that mistake has to get corrected. It is not done by any purpose, but there's a mistake in the policy. So let me explain to you very briefly what is our industry. As you may know, aluminium doors and windows have replaced timber. We no longer allow timber to be harvested in the jungles. It is all farm timber. But aluminium has actually replaced timber as a very versatile and long-lasting building product. And as mentioned, it constitutes about 10% of all buildings. The process is that aluminium billets, which is the raw material, is pushed through a die under heat and pressure, and it forms into a section, which is then cut, made into doors and windows, also adding glass and hinges and other accessories. This is a very simple way of putting it. So we have the raw material and a factory that produces this extrusion. Then we have a large quantity of people who make it into doors and windows in every part of the country. And in addition to that, since it's a recognized industry, there is up to NVQ4 level courses conducted by the vocational training institutes, bringing up people into this industry. So when they bring up people into the industry, there has to be job opportunities. And what we are saying is, at present, our jobs are at risk because we have duty-free windows coming into the country from China, from Malaysia, and from Thailand. Now, you would know for sure that because of the financial crisis, I am not talking about this Hurricane Ditwa that happened recently. Prior to that, Sri Lanka was in a big mess and the country went bankrupt. And we saw that all subsidies have been taken away. We have seen that there are no fuel subsidies, there's no power subsidies, there are no subsidies. y'all are paying the real value of the goods. There is no fertilizer subsidy. How come then the system can allow windows to come from China and from Thailand and from Malaysia without taxes? Who is the beneficiary? That I leave to you. Okay? So, going into this whole, the crux of the matter is the BOI, the Board of Investment, to which most development projects or apartment projects will go there to get registered. At present, because of the devaluation of the rupee and also cost of apartments rising up, even a 10-storied building, a 10-storied apartment complex can get registered in the BOI. Now, the BOI has an all-important negative list. There is a list of 30 items that is given by the Finance Ministry, and these items are not allowed duty-free into the country. Why is that? To protect the local industry. And if I look through this list, which you all have, cement, steel reinforcement, plywood sheets, aluminium extrusions is part of our raw material, plus so many other items, PVC pipes and fittings, asbestos roofing sheet, timber doors. These are all local industries, electrical wires and cables, all local industries which the government wants to protect. Now, aluminium is here, and we are thankful. However, as you can see, this list is without an identification called the HS code. Now, when something is imported into the country, it falls into an HS code. All our customs tariffs are based on HS code. This list does not have a HS code. And we have been telling the authorities, please put HS code, because these are just words in English. It can be manipulated. It can be interpreted differently. So aluminium extrusions are there, but the product of it is not there. There is no line here for windows. There is no line here for doors. So if it is not in the list, it can be imported duty-free. So if anyone thinks that for the construction industry there are only 30 items, as per this list, there are maybe more than 3,000 items, but they all fall into HS code. So we have been telling the BOI, the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Industries. I must tell you that we are very thankful to the Minister of Industries for recommending that windows and doors out of aluminium need to get into the HS code as well as, not the HS code, into the negative list. And we are well aware, with the efforts of the current Secretary, Professor Anil Jayanta, he recognized that this list is 2013. Okay? Now this list, after 2013, there are many developments in the country, many industries. So he has requested that the list be a more modern one and also to include the HS code. And discussions are ongoing. At present, discussions are ongoing. So it's not to say that all is lost. We are hopeful that the Finance Ministry takes note that there is an industry here and correct this anomaly in the list. It's no point having aluminium extrusion in the negative list if the product of that is not there. It doesn't make any sense. What will the aluminium extruders do? They will produce, and is it going to be used as firewood? It needs to get manufactured into a window. And if it is going to be manufactured into a window, then why are we allowing windows to be imported? The buildings in Colombo, if I may tell you, the highest buildings in Colombo are manufactured out of Sri Lankan aluminium and through local fabricators. we have in Sri Lanka many international brands produced by the local extruders, and they are available for the market. So there is nothing to say that we don't have this and the other. Of course, somebody might come and say, this model is not there. Okay? But then do you think that if I ask for some Porsche, some model, which is not readily available, that I can get it duty free? And then you must ask and investigate, how come we still have subsidies? What is the point in a certain section of society being able to have duty rebates for many items, whereas the normal people are not getting it? For example, if any one of you want to buy an air conditioner from the market, you will be paying more than 60% duty. I mean, I'm taking as an overall thing. But an air conditioner going into a BOI project, which is again sold to the market, it's duty free. So there is a huge disparity in this whole scenario of granting duty free approvals, but we are not worried about that, that the authority be worried about it. We are only worried that our industry is under threat. We are not interested in any other person's industry. In fact, we welcome development. But if we are not going to have jobs in this country and our jobs are given to another country, that's the message that we want you to carry forward to your readership. Jobs are lost. I personally don't think that you would want yourself replaced by some Chinese journalists coming here and using ChatGPT and translate into your languages and doing that. We need jobs in Sri Lanka. We want jobs. We want to develop this country. So my point being, we have a fantastic, technically qualified industry here. We are up to all the test reports that can be possibly obtained. However, there's a loophole in the regulation. And the loophole is, number one, aluminium extrusion with the raw material is in the negative list. The finished product is not there. Okay? So anyone can bring the finished product. Now, what happens is, these guys don't have work to produce for. They don't just produce. They're not people who's like a mahogany farmer or something like that. You know, they produce on demand. So if the demand is low, the aluminum extrusions also don't get produced. As a result, we are not having jobs. Our jobs are lost to other countries. So we pay VAT for everything that we consume. We pay taxes. Our staff pay taxes. Our staff are contributing to this economy of the country by purchasing things and then again paying VAT. So we would like you to take the message across, please, that our industry, which is currently under threat due to a technical point, we are just saying, kindly add one line after the aluminum extrusion, products of aluminum extrusions, windows, add the HS code. Without the HS code, anyone can manipulate this list.
You're watching the Life Traveler channel.